So 4.5. So last week, okay, we talk about the graph of cosine and then sine or that. So today we're gonna talk about tangent, okay? And then when you flip over, I know this is it looks weird, right? Cosecant and the secant and the cotangent. Okay, it's very easy. Okay, I know it looks very like weird graph, and then it looks like there's lots of step to do, but I think for me it's the easier than sine and cosine. Okay, so let's talk about the tangent. Okay, so tangent. Okay, tangent has a slope because the tangent has the theta is sine theta over what? Cosine. So this is the what y over x. So the this order pair, if this is theta, x comma y, and then like I said, x value is the cosine, and then the y value is the sine, right? So the tangent, so how do we find the tangent theta? So sine over cosine. So that is what actually is talking about slope. Okay, so that's why the tangent theta is talking about what? Slope. But it must be positive x-axis. Okay, positive. So line L makes the angle, the theta is 60 degree. So it means it's like that, 60. Okay. And then this line is passing through the 7.5, 7,5. So I mean you don't have to draw the graph, but so what is the graph of what is the equation of line L? This is what I'm talking about. So first we have to find the slope. Slope is tangent theta. So we know what is theta is 60. So tangent 60 is the what? Sine 60 divided by cosine 60. So you look at the unit circle, okay? The 60 degree is this. This is 1 over 2, and then this is square root of 3 over 2, right? Do you remember that? So that's why this order pair is going to be 1 over 2, comma, square root of 3 over 2, right? So like I said, this is the what? Sine. This is the what? Cosine. But you can look at the unit circle. Do you have a unit circle here? I should have bring that. Oh, the unit circle is here. I'm thinking, yeah, just search for I'm talking about here. This one, right? 60 degree, right? Okay. So that's why, see, I just draw the triangle like that. And then the radius is always is 1. And then the short one is always is 1 over 2. And then the longest one is the square root of 3 over 2. So that's why I got that. But anyway, just you can look it up, the unit circle. So it'll be the square root of 3 over 2 over 1 over 2. So that's why the slope is the square root of 3. So then this is the math 104 passing through 7 comma 5. So we can use the y minus y1 equal to n times x minus x1, right? We can plug in that formula. So this is x1, this is the y1, right? The slope. So y minus 5 equal to square root 3, and then x minus 7. I know this looks weird, but keep going. Y minus 5 equal to square root of 3, x minus 7 square root 3. And then I'm going to add 5. So y equal to square root 3x. So square root 3 is the what? Slope, 1 point something, something, something. And then the y-intercept is going to be, oops. The y-intercept is this. I know it looks weird, but this is y equal to mx plus b. So what is the slope square root 3? And what is the y-intercept? Negative 7 square root 3 plus 5. You can plug in your calculator, then you're going to get the value, right? The real value. I don't know. It's maybe negative 1 point something, something. So this is the final answer. So you don't have to simplify what is the square root of 3 and then what is this negative 7 square root of 3 plus 5. Just leave it like that, then it's fine. Okay. So the main key is this. The slope is what? The tangent, theta. Okay, and then tangent is the sine over cosine. Okay. Question? So let's talk about graph, okay? So as you can see on your homework, I think mostly they are gonna be the multiple choice. So it looks like, your practice problem, I know. This is very easy, okay? Finding period and then the phase shift. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. I think they're gonna ask about which graph is the right one, and then as you can see, we need to have, when we have a tangent, okay, we have what? Everything else has what? X-intercept. Can you see that? So we're gonna start with x-intercept, and then we're gonna talk about what? The shape, right? This can be like left or right, right? Okay. So just focus on the shape and then x-intercept. And then also, what is the dashed line? We did what? The vertical what? X-intercept, right? So just 3 things you have to figure that out, okay? So that's why this is not going to be hard. So let's look at the tangent x. Tangent x is, it looks like, I don't know, it's hard we call it, but the shape is like this, growing up, right? Like that. Everything is like this, okay? But if you have a negative tangent, then what happened? Negative is going to be what? This way. Okay? Negative is this way. Okay? So positive tangent is this way, negative is this way. Okay? Okay, then let's find the zero, the x-intercept. X-intercept is start with this. X-intercept is n times pi. Then what is n? First cycle. The first cycle is this. This is the first, this is the maybe second, and this is the -1 cycle. Okay. So one term, only one piece. So one piece is start with 0, and the second piece is start with 1, n is 1. Okay. And then this one is the left side, so the n is -1. Okay. So when n is 0, then what happened? 0 times pi is what? 0. So that's why x-intercept is 0. You guys follow me? Okay. And then this is the n is 1. So 1 times pi is pi, so that's why it's the pi, like that. And then the vertical asymptote is this. I know it looks weird, but x is equal to 2 times n, okay? First cycle, second cycle is n, okay? Plus 1 times 1 over the pi over 2. That is the very correct symptom. So you have to focus on this and that. Okay? And then we have to find the period. And then the vertical shift. The vertical shift is doesn't mention about that, but that is x is equal to 0 setup. X is equal to 0. That is the phase shift, right? So this one is set up equal to 0. So here is the step, I think. If you have like a times tangent of bx minus k and then step number 1, you have to figure that out. What is a and what is the period and what is the c value and all that, okay? Do you know that c? C is the k over b. It doesn't matter. I mean, I will show it to you later. And then this one, the vertical asymptote, this is very important. The vertical asymptote is this one set up equal to -2. And then that one is equal to b times x minus c is equal to pi over 2. Okay. So I'm going to follow by this step. Okay. So let's do this. Before we do step number 1, I'm going to figure out what is a and what is b. So a is 3 and then b is, there is no b. Can you see that? Oh, no. B is 2. Yeah, sorry. B is 2. So that one is actually tangent. When you factor out 2, then what happened? X minus what? When you factor out the 2, then it is going to be what? Pi over 4, isn't it? You guys follow me? When you factor out 2. So 2 times pi over 4 is pi over 2. Right? So that's why P is this, can be that. And then so C is the what? Pi over 4. Because we have to make that form. So start with finding A and B and C, okay? Then that will be easy to do. Step number 1, I'm gonna start with the very the vertical stretch, the factor is the absolute value of A, which is absolute value of 2, which is 2. And then the period is pi over B, which is pi over what? 2. And then the phase shift is a C, right? So it'd be pi over 4. So we're done with step number 1. And then step number 2, we're gonna find out the vertical asymptote. The vertical asymptote is B times x minus c equal to negative pi over 2, which is B is 2, sorry. 2 times x minus pi over 4 equal to what? Negative pi over 4. Negative pi over 2. And then we're going to solve for x. And also, b times x minus c equal to pi over 2, So that's why 2 times x minus pi over 4 equal to pi over 2. And then we're going to solve for x. So how do we solve for x? You have to distribute it 2. And then we're going to adding up pi over 2. So the 2x is going to be 0, so x is 0. So the x is 0, that is the one of the vertical asymptote. And the next one, so this is the VA, vertical asymptote. And then step number 3, so we have to find the one cycle. This is the same as sine over cosine, okay? So it'll be, I mean, sine and the cosine, the 0 to pi over b, I believe. So one cycle is 0 to pi over 2. And then also here, the 1 over 4. So the 1 over 4 times pi over b means is this portion is from here to here. Okay? Each portion between the two vertical asymptote is what? 1 over 4 times pi over b. So that's why one over 4 times pi over 2, which is, this is the pi over 8. So let's do the graph. This is all we need. One cycle is 0 to 2 pi. 0 to pi over 2, sorry. So pi over 2. So I'm going to do 2 cycle. Because the one cycle is the one curve. One cycle is one curve. So that's why I'm going to show you two cycle. And then as you can see, the middle one is going to be what? Pi over 4, right? Do you remember 0 plus pi over 2 divided by 2 is pi over 4? What is the middle of between this one? 3 pi over 4? And then each length has the pi over 8. It means is this is pi over 8, and then pi over 8. So pi over 8, next one is the 3 pi over 8, and then 4 pi over 8, which is pi over 2. And then next one is a pi over 8. So 5 pi over 8. And the next one is just, this is the 6 pi, so it'd be 7 pi over 8. And then 8 pi over 8 is pi. Right? And then as you can see, let's draw the vertical asymptote. The vertical asymptote is 0. And then also pi over 2. And the next one is going to be what? Pi, right? So these are the vertical asymptotes. So what happened to x is the pi over 8. If you plug in to that, then you're going to get -3 in here. If you plug in pi over 8 to here, then you're going to get that. And then when you plug in pi over 4, then you're going to get 0. And then 3 pi over 8 is going to be +3. So that's why the one graph is going to be like this. So this is the pi over 8, comma, -3. And then this one is going to be 8 over +3. Like that. Then of course, the next one is going to be look the same, right? So this one is going to be 5 pi over 8 and -3. Because it's going to be the same, right? And then that one is going to be 7 pi over 8, comma 3. I mean, only you can focus on the one cycle. You don't have to do this one actually, but just focus on it because it's talking about 0 to 2 pi, pi over 2. So you can draw only that part, but focus on that. But anyway, you don't have to do it by hand, just everything is going to be multiple choice. So you have to know two things, okay? You have to know how to find the period and the phase shift, okay? And then the vertical asymptote. I think that's enough. And then everything else is just plug in and then to plug into x and then find the y value and then for that. All right, so let's talk about the cosecant and the secant and cotangent. Cotangent is, as you can see, the tangent is this way. Can you see the blue one? Tangent is this way, but the cotangent is opposite way. But everything else is going to be the same. Same as x-intercept, and the same is the vertical asymptote. But only the shape is the different. But the secant and the cosecant, as you can see, we have a problem. But it's a different location right there. Okay. So it's not like this. So only tangent and then cotangent is look like that. But cosecant and the secant has like up and down problem like that. So I put two example right there. The y is equal to 2 sec the secant and then 3x minus pi plus 1. I know it looks very hard, but I'm gonna factor out, the first step is I'm gonna factor out 3, okay? Because 3 is b, so y is equal to 2 secant and then x minus, if you factor out, that means that you have to divide it by 3. So that's why this is pi over 3 and then plus 1. Then as you can see, a is 2, b is 3, right? And then c is pi over 3. And then the d is 1. 한번 anyway, do we have to do this? I mean, think you don't have to do that actually, because when you look at I mean, everything is going to be the multiple choice. So focus on the vertical asymptote. How about this? The vertical asymptote. The vertical asymptote is very important. This is the main key. You have to do the secant is what? Here. X is equal to pi over 2 plus n pi. So when n is 0, then it's going to be 3 times x minus pi over 3 equal to n pi. And then next one, n is 1. 1 pi. I think that is enough. I think this is unnecessary. I don't have to do that. Sorry, I'm really sorry. Sorry. And then I think this one you don't have to do. Just do 3x minus pi. Yeah. Anyway, it's going to be the same, right? Sorry. I'm so sorry. So I'm going to bring up here. Oh. Yeah, just focus on the vertical asymptote right away. I think you don't have to find the A and B. For the graph, I'm talking about for the graph. Sorry. So you have to find the x, okay? And then this is so it'll be pi over 2. So first, the vertical asymptote is the pi over 2. And then when n is 1, this is 3 pi over 2, right? So it'll be 5 pi over 2. So x is this. Two, three, 5. Okay. So 5 pi over 6. That is too far away. What happened? N is -1, okay? Because this is pi over 2. And then this is pi over 6. So, but when x is -1, then see what happened. Oh, good. Pi over 6. So that means is pi over 6 is this. So we have the between pi over 6 and pi over 2, we have what? So pi over 6 plus pi over 2 divided by 2. So it'll be what? 4 pi over 6 divided by 2. So pi over 3, right? So this is the pi over 3. So when x is the pi over 3, if you plug into the x, oops, then you're gonna get the only integer. You're gonna get -1. 3, sorry. You're gonna get 3. So the 3, 1, 2, 3, right there. So it's gonna be like that, because it's the parabola, right? So if this is the parabola, right? And then this one is gonna be right there, right? Okay? Because if it's up there, the next one is gonna be going down, right? So what is this middle point? So you have to do pi over 2 plus 5 pi over 6 divided by 2. So this is 8 pi over 6, 2, so it'll be 4 pi over 6, which is 2/3. So 2/3 pi, it gives us -3 then. Like that. So this is 2 pi over 3, comma, -3. And then this is the pi over 3, comma, +3. Like that. So start with the vertical asymptote. Maybe 3 vertical asymptote is enough. So when n is 0 and n is -1 and n is 1, okay, don't go over 2. It's too far away. So the secant or cosecant, we need to have vertical x-intercept. There is no x-intercept, as you can see. There is no x-intercept, but cotangent or tangent has the x-intercept. So this one, I'm going to start with the x-intercept. Okay. So the x-intercept is the x plus pi over 4 equal to pi over 2. And then x plus pi over 4 equal to what? X-intercept is 1. So this is n is 0. And then this is n is 1. So pi over 2 times 1 pi is the pi over 3. Yep. Pi over 3. So this one, x-intercept is going to be pi over 4. And then this one, x is going to be, so it'll be what? Oh, no. 2 pi over 3, isn't it? Pi over 2 plus 1 pi. So yeah, 3 pi over 2. Yep, sorry. 3 pi over 2. So 3 pi over 2 minus pi over 4. So it'll be 6. So 5 pi over 4. Yep. Find the x-intercept and then vertical x-intercept. Then you can do the graph. Okay? So let's find the vertical x-intercept, VA. So VA is, as you can see, this one. It's pretty easy, very simple. When n is 0, so that x plus pi over 4 is equal to 0 when n is 0. And n is 1 is pi. 1 times pi is pi. And let's do one more. When n is 2 is 2 pi. So n is pi over 4. X is the 3 pi over 4, right? Pi minus 1 over 4. And then the next one is, this is 8 pi over 4, so it'll be 7 pi over 4. And that's it. And then we can do the graph. So you have to do uh I'm gonna draw the vertical asymptote first. So negative pi over 4, and then 3 pi over 4, and then 7 pi over 4. And the x-intercepts is gonna be between these two, right? Pi over 4, and then this is the 5 pi over 4. So the graph is gonna be between these two vertical asymptote, right? But remember, we have to remember the shape. It's gonna be this way or that way. Is the key, right? So let's look at the example. This is the cotangent with the positive. Can you see that? Cotangent positive is the left up and then right down, right? But this one is the what? Negative cotangent. So it's going to be what? This way. This is negative cotangent. Okay? Because positive cotangent is this way. So negative cotangent is going to be what? Opposite. And that's it. Find the one order pair is enough. Just look at the shape and then x-intercept and the vertical asymptote, then you're good. Okay. All right. Oh, 52. Hurry up, hurry up. All right. So here's the practice problem. So first 3 question is talking about period and then phase shift. But remember, you have to find out y is equal to a times the tangent. And then you have to factor out b, x minus c. And then this c is the phase shift. And then what is the period? Is the pi over b, not 2, sorry. So this number 1 is the same as this one. Actually, b is 1. So this is this is the same as this, right? So that's why period is 1. And then the phase shift is what? Pi over 4. Bingo. Right. And then same as cotangent. 4 out. And then x plus what? 20. Because 20 divided by 4 is the 5, right? So that's why this is 4, and that one is a negative. It's opposite, right? So because it's the negative c is the phase shift, so that's why it's going to be opposite. So negative pi over 20. And then same as the, oh, it's not 4. What are we talking about? Pi over b is the pi over 4. Sorry. Pi over 4. Pi over 4. Sorry. B is 4, right? Okay. And then next one is the same as cosecant and then factor of 4 and then x minus what divided by 4 is 8, 32, right? So that's why the period is the pi over b, so pi over 4, same as number 2. And the phase shift is the opposite of negative. So it'll be pi over 32. So which graph is talking about the tangent x plus pi over 9? So I'm going to talk about the vertical asymptote, okay? Find the vertical asymptote and then find the x-intercept later, okay? The vertical asymptote, I think, is from right there, right? This is the vertical asymptote. So when B is the vertical asymptote, x is the 2n plus 1 and then pi over 2. So when n is 0, so it'll be x plus pi over 9 equal to pi over 2. When n is -1, I'm going to do -1 is, I think it is the better. X plus pi over 9, it'll be 2 times -1 is what? -2, -1, so -1 times pi over 2 is a negative pi over 2. So this one, x is gonna be 8, 2 minus pi over 9, 18, 9 pi, and then 2 pi over 18, 7 pi over 18, 7 pi over 18. So 7 pi over 18, so this one is not definitely, right? We don't have any negative, or can you see that? And then this one. So C and D is, of course, if it's not. So A or B, but you don't have to do the extra work because the shape of tangent is going to be what? Left down and then right up. Can you see that? So, I mean, we can find the x-intercept, but it's not necessary because the shape must be like this. This is the negative tangent. Oops. Right? Not theta. Should be x, sorry. Ah, come on. And then this is the positive tangent with this right there. So that's why we can stop there. I mean, we can find the x-intercept right away, but it's not necessary. Just look at the shape and then one of the vertical asymptote, then I think you can stop there, right? You know what I'm talking about, right? Okay. And also the cotangent is the very correct symptom is x is equal to n pi, right? This is the very correct symptom. So when n is 0, let's find the x minus pi over 4 equal to 0. So x is the pi over 4. So everything has pi over 4. So I think this one, C and D is not right, right? We need to have a pi over 4, not negative pi over 4. So C and D is wrong. And then you can look at the shape, right? This one also. What is the cotangents look like? I think it's left up, right? Cotangent is left up and then right down, right? So that's why the answer is what? A, right? So look at the shape and the very correct symptom, then you can stop there too. The same as the secant, okay? The very correct symptom over the secant is, I just copy from the table, pi over 2 plus n times pi, okay? So when n is 0, so let's start with n is 0 because it's very easier. So the pi over 6 must be equal to pi over 6, no, not pi over 6, what are we talking about? X over 6, sorry. X over 6 is equal to pi over 2 because n 0 times pi is 0. So what is x? So you multiply by 6. So x is must be 3 pi. So B is not, right? So A is okay. And then D is not. So either what? C or A, right? Okay, then. This is pi and then negative pi when x is 0. Then what happened, right? So when x is 0, use the table. Secant and then x over, oops, 0 over 6. And then plug in. When x is 0. Type that in on your calculator. It gives us what? 1, then this is the right one, right? If it's not, then this is the right one. But the secant is the 1 over what? Cosine, so that's why this is 1. So the C is the right one. And then the last one, cosecant, the very correct simple formula is x is equal to n pi. So when n is 0, I'm going to start with 0. So 3x is must be 0, so x is going to be 0. When n is 1, then pi, so n is the pi over 3. So this one definitely is not. So maybe this is okay, and this is okay. And this one, D is definitely not. And then we can figure that out just, well, in one of the order there, right? Okay. So let's do pi over 6. When x is the pi over 6, then must be equal to 1, right? So 3 times pi over 6, like that. So the cosecant pi over 2. That gives us what? Is 1. is 9 degrees. Right? So that's why the C is the right one.